What's up, everybody? Welcome to Bellas and Beverages, and I'm your girl, Nikki.
Hey guys, I'm Terrez, but you could call me Honey, and you can expect the raw truth from me.
And I'm Keisha. You can always expect it to be low-key with me with a little curry spice on the side.
As cousins, we are always sipping on our favorite beverages and talking about entertainment, relationships, business, products that we use in our everyday lives, and sometimes we spill a little bit of tea. So sip on your favorite beverage and let's chat. All right, cousins. So what are we sipping on today?
Gewürztraminer. It's a wine that's from German and it have lush and fragrance, releasing kiwi, have pear, lychee, rose petals, and honeycomb on the nose. So when you drink it and taste it, it's going to taste real soft and it's going to just make you feel so light on your toes.
And refreshing. But I thought you told me it was from the German part of Italy.
Well, you just told them. I told you. But you just told everybody else. So guess what?
It's from the German part of Italy.
The German part from Italy.
Okay.
Well, this is a great wine. So just if anyone is interested in getting this wine, because we're going to come to you with so many different wines, because I know people be looking for different types of wines. Everybody here is mostly sweet. We might have cocktails. And I am probably the only dry drinker here, so I'll probably be the only one drinking it. But I will let y'all know one of my favorite spots, especially where the wine that we are drinking today, where I got it from, is Cooper's Hawk.
Yeah, Cooper's
and
Hawk.
It's located in Annapolis, Maryland. Look it up. They have great food. They have wine tastings and
Betty's
plenty of great
potatoes.
wine. And clearly, Betty potatoes must be a great side dish to get. Cooper's Hawk.
You like Betty's potatoes? Well, wait. Let's get into this wine first, though. So it's real crisp, though. Like
very
clean.
airy and light.
Yeah, like real clean. It's a white. And I really like it. It is definitely high in alcohol content, and all of us cousins love alcohol that's high. I mean, wine that's high in alcohol content. Don't bring us no 5.5%.
That's
no
Kool-Aid.
6%, 10.5% or higher over here. So
It's definitely 12%.
It's 12% alcohol. A couple glasses will do you if you're a lightweight. But there are no lightweights over
Drink it
here.
before you have sex. It probably helps.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know about that. But definitely,
She drank enough, it will.
yeah, definitely drink it on a Friday night when you're ready to party in your kitchen with your children. It will help.
Great
Oh my
cooking
gosh.
wine.
Love it.
But it tell you the comparison of this wine, though, if for Indian or Thai food, sushi, pork, or shrimp cheese.
So it pairs with a
nice.
lot of good stuff.
Because
That's
it's
good.
light in flavor. It was very surprising. I was looking for it to be very dry from the name of it. So I was pleasantly surprised. And this is a wine that I probably will eventually purchase from Cooper's Hawk.
Especially if you don't want nothing too sweet. And I
Yeah,
think
that's
that's
true.
where I like it. It reminds me a little bit of Pinot Grigio, because that's what I drink when I want dry, because it's not real dry.
Yeah.
It still have a bold fruit taste to it.
It
and
does. I like it a lot.
It's not too sweet. So it's just like, hey, I'm not going to feel like I'm drinking sugar along with the alcohol instant. That's what make people get drunk.
It's nothing wrong with a little sugar with your wine.
I love sugar. That's
do
why I
too.
told people to call me Honey, because I put a little sweetness in everything.
Okay.
Might get a little
Unfortunately,
sticky.
you guys cannot see me rolling my eyes. But yeah.
The eye roll is on. So how was your ladies' week so far?
Well, I work in healthcare, and I deal with patients on a daily basis. I'm tired this week, even though this week was a shorter week. I still, I'm a little tired. Kids are back in school. Fall weather is coming.
Yes.
Allergies are changing over, so for me, I'm still adjusting to the school year per se. So,
Okay.
I'm looking forward to my Friday night with my wine. How about that?
So as Keisha told us, so you have school age kids, and what about you, Miss Honey?
Oh my gosh. So I cried. My 11-year-old daughter started sixth grade on Wednesday. And I was so excited. She was actually excited.
She was excited?
You know, my
She
daughter.
doesn't get excited
she don't
about
get
much.
excited. No, she does not get excited. But I shared a little tear. I'm so excited that I'm in an in-between excitement. Like, oh my God, my baby growing up. And like, oh my God, yes, she really is growing up, thank God. So yeah, I have a couple of excitement going on about this.
Okay.
But I'm excited about
That's
my baby.
cool.
Yeah, even though she told me like yesterday was her first day. And it was nothing about the sixth graders. Then she told me the 7th and 8th graders came, and I was like, oh my gosh, she's really going to be mixed up with these big kids.
Right.
And she was just like, yeah, the boys don't say excuse me. I'm like, do I need to call the school? Do I need to call the school? Because I did not send my baby to school
Pushed around.
for
Right.
nobody to be pushed. Do you need? She like,
all three of
Mom,
us would be right there.
calm down. I don't
Oh,
think you should call right
that.
now. I don't think you should call right now. I say, all right, because I don't play with kids. You can't.
We around hard. We'll be up
A
there.
public PSA. Please say excuse me to the girls, okay?
Right.
So, even though I don't have little ones, but you know, they are my babies too, because you know, Auntie will always be there.
Yes.
I was super concerned, and I know you guys were definitely concerned about sending the kids back to school in the COVID era, as I like to call it. So I do know that they gave an option for kids to either stay at home and continue to be homeschooled or go back to school. So it seems like both of you guys, I know that you guys elected to send your babies back to school. So how are you guys feeling about that whole situation?
Well, for me, I do know the thing is some kids learn better face to face, and some kids can learn okay being virtual.
I agree.
My son, actually, I have two sons. One is 7, one is 3. So my 7-year-old, he did half of kindergarten and then all of first grade virtually, and he excelled, but he had a huge support system in his grandmother, who is a former teacher, and she was just there riding his back like every day. But then his teacher did tell her she had to fall back a little bit and let him, learn how to do things on his own. He did amazingly. But when I would stay home from work and I would watch the other kids in his class, they did not seem like they were doing as well. You know, you had one kid would take off his clothes, and then the teacher would have to tell him to put his clothes back on. And then you would have other kids that would just get up and walk away. And then you also had some children who had siblings who were also being virtually schooled. And it was a little, confusing, because you have somebody else's classroom and teacher talking while your teacher is talking. So I know for some kids it just didn't work. It did work for my son, but my son needed exposure to other children.
So that's why you wanted to send them back.
He's falling back socially, falling into like a 78-year-old frame of mind.
78 though, kids.
That's how old his grandparents are.
78.
Watching Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy.
Yeah, watching Wheel of Fortune, Jeopardy, World News at 6:30, things like that. Talking about, it looks like a tornado is coming today, Mom. And I'm like,
Even though that kind of not too bad.
It's good, but you should be worried about, I'm going to watch this on TV. I want to watch this new cartoon or this new anime.
What happened is the other kids wouldn't be able to relate to him, and it would become an issue.
Yes, it would be, because then he'd be wanting to sit around with old people all the time, and that's not what life is about, especially not for a kid. So I wanted him to have the experience of being with other children.
Let a kid be a kid.
Yeah, and doing children things. And so far, since he's been back in school, it's been a week and a couple of days, I'd say. Okay. He is he's loving it. He loves his.
But what about the
teacher.
mask situation? What are they saying about
Oh, well, my child is a product of Baltimore County Public Schools, and they have a mandate. They have a mask mandate that all children, anyone in the school, they have to have their mask on. My children are already used to wearing masks because, like, unlike some parents who just never took their children out of the house during the whole entire pandemic,
Or took them out without masks?
Yeah, or took them out without masks. I have taught my children, when we go out, we're going to put our mask on. I try to make it fun for them. I buy masks with like little characters on them and, like little funny faces, things to make them want to keep the mask on. Because who doesn't like becoming a different character? So the kids, they love it. Especially my 3-year-old, he'll wear his mask all day long if you let him. So for my kids, it's not hard. I know for other children, it may be hard, but I also make sure I gave them spray hand sanitizer, gel hand sanitizer, wipe sanitizers. I gave them all that they needed to combat this virus while they're out in public. And I also told them, no touching people. Don't let anybody touch you, and you don't touch anybody else's stuff.
Yeah.
So, and I just try to reiterate that every day. You touch somebody today, you don't touch nobody, right? Don't hug your teacher. I know you want to, but don't hug your teacher. And don't touch your friends, okay? So I try to make sure they don't. Now, the little one is a little different. He's in daycare, so I know his daycare providers, they will make sure that he's safe. Yeah. So for him, it's making sure he's safe. The oldest one is just making sure, you're aware of your surroundings. Right. Now, but for middle schoolers, and Terrez is my sister, her daughter is my niece, and my niece doesn't like to touch people anyway. I know she's going to be fine.
So how is
So you mentioned something that about giving a choice in Anne Arundel County. Only one I have the choice is elementary school.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
okay.
So in high school, in middle school, they
didn't have a choice.
They didn't have a choice. Everybody come. Okay. With that, I had to agree with my sister. Dealing with Erin in her classes, her 5th grade year, was challenging for me, her dad, and her, because she got comfortable with us helping her. Yeah. We had to stand in when the teachers didn't stand in it. So we were the teachers. I mean, shoot, I felt like we was the students because we busy almost seemed like we was doing her work because we was doing the research. She acted like she couldn't do nothing. She was so baby-fied with us and comfortable with us. Yeah. And, it was not a good look for her because she'd end up punished, crying because I'm telling her I'm taking away her phone. Okay. And I'm like, gosh, up late nights, trying to do different projects. And I try to make her responsible because I knew she was going to 6th grade. So, she slipped on her responsibility as of, hey, I didn't know that was supposed to have been turned in. Yeah. Oh, I didn't. So we catching up with work, but I stayed talking to her teacher. We had a great communication. Okay. Me and her teacher had a great communication. I even told her, I was like, if Erin slipped, if our work is missing and she's slipping on and turning in her work, it's not because she have bad parents. It's because I give her responsibility. Right. But I check often, so I make sure she ain't falling so far behind. But when you put the pressure on her, then she do it, and she's okay once she really do it. But the pressure is, it gives you a headache putting a pressure on her. And then Erin also, she's a visual learner. You gotta know your child. Yeah, that's true. So, and she needs that stable environment. At home was too comfortable. Yeah. And, I know some people have opinion about, they care for their kids and they keep them home. Right. But I care not only for my child's health, but I care for her education too. Yeah. And I believe that the teachers and the staffs at the school, they don't want COVID no more than we want our kids going to school.
Absolutely.
Catching COVID.
Yeah.
So importantly, dealing with, kids, especially in middle school, I think it's a good thing because we can teach them and they understand more of, hey, don't be in nobody's face.
Right.
Don't let
Absolutely.
nobody be in your face.
Right.
Absolutely don't take that mask off.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
Like Keisha said, Erin have hand wipes, gel, sanitizer, spray, sanitizer. She even have Clorox wipes to wipe off her desk. Yes.
Yes.
She
Yeah.
wipes off her desk. I told her she need to. She have the little bathroom pads to put around the toilet if she needs to.
I know that's
I
right.
equip my baby, and I trust her because she definitely is like, hey, I don't know you.
Right.
And she's not sociable. Erin is definitely
Well, now
the Leo that expect people to come to them first,
Right,
and
right.
not
I
to
understand
them.
I
So
understand
she
very
have
well
that
about
strong
Leos.
ego,
Right.
of a Leo that
She'll stand back and look at you first.
she's gonna wait. So definitely, I know she good for this first quarter.
Well, I mean, we as a family, we all practice because
blessed.
we're around each other all the time. These are my sister cousins.
Yes.
And their babies are my babies. So we as a family practice. We probably be the only ones in the crowd with masks on. So and the hand sanitizer and the wiping off the tables, and one of us, he even brings. Y'all, she bring her own utensils.
Yes,
to
I do,
the
and I just
restaurant.
order
Like,
another pack
her
just to keep in the
own
car so I won't
utensils.
forget.
So COVID is not a game. We take it seriously, but now all work and school and no play is never ever fun. So I heard cousin honey over here. You saw Respect. I wanted to see that. Key, did you see that?
No, not yet. I'm more of a sci-fi type person.
Why you don't want to
So
see
I
that?
will see it eventually, but there is singing. And
Oh, you know
I
what?
have
Don't
to,
do that.
I have to get
You have
past
little
that.
kids, girl.
But-
That's all shows is about is singing.
And I have to
Shows
get
and
past
stuff
that.
like that.
I have a thing with singing in my movies.
Wow.
So I will see it eventually. It's not something that's like first and foremost on my mind.
Okay.
I'd rather see something about the sun hitting the earth first, but I will get to it.
Okay.
I like disaster movies.
That sounds
Okay.
like I'm about to say it sounds like the world coming in.
Yeah, I like disaster.
need
I'm about to
some-
say
we
we
need
gone. She talking about Doomsday,
Yeah.
I'm like,
that's
we
what I
need
like.
some happy movies.
Independence.
Well, I actually didn't see I haven't seen it yet, but I know that we know it's red sauce. So what do you think about it?
So I do have to say this. I really do not like going to the movies and see those type of movies. Usually when an icon movie come out telling them about, giving them their
life
bio in
story.
a movie, I usually be like, oh wait, because the singing, tell you the truth. I was like, oh,
Really?
but that's because I might want to sing along or I might be bored. I don't know which one is going to go. So I was just like, hey, I'll wait till I get home and watch it. But I went to go see this and it was delightful. First of all, I just want to say kudos to Jennifer Hudson. She played that role so good. She even had a lot of her gestures down packed. I mean,
Really?
yes.
Good actress.
I'm
my
so
gosh.
not
She
surprised.
is a really good actress.
I love her.
Some people try to play roles and they just
miss
don't
the mark.
connect. They don't connect.
Right.
But
Like the
oh my
artist.
gosh, Jennifer Hudson did that. So
Okay.
oh my gosh. I mean, she came back with that one.
Okay.
So kudos, Jennifer. You did that,
Yeah,
girl.
yeah,
Girl, I thought you was
Jennifer.
Anita Jr. Oh my God.
So from you saying that might, move me to watch it this weekend.
Yes,
Because
because she
Aretha is
was
everything.
very in character, and then it gave me a new look. You never know what they go through.
Right.
True.
right.
And it just reminded me the times that she was brought up, like she knew Dr. King.
Right. I saw that scene on TV.
Yeah, and what they went through back in the day, like their parents was teaching them silence was the key, and they was scared to express themselves. But I can see why a lot of them have a hard time, and when they sing, it coming from the soul, and that's what's difference from today's music because of what they went through versus what people go through now.
Well,
it was so their
they
music
don't go through
was
anything.
exactly that's the point.
Right.
So their music was coming from within.
The struggles that they had
Right.
to go through.
Yeah.
And they had to deal with both, you know. But oh my gosh, it was a great movie, and it reminded me of the music that we used to listen to versus
Right.
the music that this
Of today.
next generation's coming up listening to.
Okay.
It's going to
So
be a big difference.
It is. So we're gonna have like people our age out there
Twerking. They're going to be
Right.
twerking. Cardi B going to be, you know.
Right. They're gonna be in their 60s.
They're Anita
Well, not that we're
Baker.
in
They're
60s,
Nicki
70s, but
Minaj going to be Patti LaBelle.
No, but you know what? It's up to our generation to make sure we do instill that music into our children, because like I said, on Friday nights, you know, I do my wine, I do my music. So in doing that, you know, I'm not the person that listens to trap music, because when I listen to my music, I listen to it more than likely with my kids being around, and I don't want them in public or even around my family breaking out with a trap music song, and then they looking at me like, well, what are you teaching that child? So I make sure that when I do listen to music around them, I do.
But that's
listen to-
you.
Yeah, that is me.
So,
That is me.
I like
90%?
I like trap music.
But I listen to
90%
that stuff in
of
my
the new
headphones.
generation is going to be twerking at 65 years old.
But see, I do listen to that music
With that cane.
in my headphones without my children hearing it. But when I play music in front of them, I try to instill in them the old school rap. And
How much 70 songs you listen to?
Doobie Brothers.
How
Earth, Wind, and
often?
Fire.
Girl, how often?
All right, so I have this old iPod
Well,
in
you
my
know
car.
this
She a
sister is like
tribe
she
black. Yeah,
is.
come on.
I have this old iPod.
You know they're not going to go that far.
No. See, let me say this.
Wait,
So-
pause for 1 second, because when you in the car with her and she driving, she has control of the radio. I feel like I'm in a time warp. That's all I'm gonna say, because she whips out that
do.
old iPod,
Country music,
She
everything.
does.
But see,
Go ahead.
and so I don't
introduced me
play.
to
So
country
on my
music.
iPod, I just hit shuffle, and all 1,600 songs on there, whatever they may be, they're gonna come
Yeah.
up.
Old ass
Huh?
songs.
Yes, 'cause they are old
Where did you
ass
come
songs.
from? Where did you go? Where did you come from?
Some
That
of
joint.
them
Pop it,
are
pop it,
old
pop it,
ass
pop it.
songs, but
They are.
so I expose my children to hip hop. I expose them
Different
to R&B,
Yeah.
classical
Different music
music,
culture.
That is good.
alternative music. You know, they're exposed to everything, and you know, if they hear something they like,
I should have did
ask me
that.
the
I'm
name.
gonna be like,
She's gonna be a trap queen. So
Hey.
probably so. You know, I wish I could lie and say no, she not. But
gonna be
TikTok had turned my baby completely.
I love
But
TikTok. I'm
She
trying to
like
get her to do a
the
TikTok with me.
'90s music though.
Well,
like
that's good.
SWV.
I like that.
and,
Okay.
You know, so but she's not going. That's why I'm letting you know. Like the older they get, they not going back with. You know, Aretha
But
Franklin, Anita
you
Baker.
do listen
but
to
I
90s
listen to
R&B.
the music, and you know what she do? She like, what you listening to? And then she go upstairs. But when I have SWV, she thinks she telling me something. I'm like, girl, that
So she likes that.
But see, and that's the thing. You are instilling in her what good music is without even
I think I'm
thinking
gonna
about
try
it.
her with country. I don't know. It may take a lot because I like.
No,
country
you got to find a good.
You like country music?
This I do. I will listen to country music and check this out. I will listen to Latin music and don't understand nothing.
Oh,
But I was like the beat.
Oh, of course.
I be in the car like cha-cha-da, uno, dos, reggae.
Yeah. I expose
And
my
I was
kids to
like,
that
do you
too.
know what they saying? I'm like, no, but did you hear? It's so sensual. It just make me want to move. I
Yeah,
love
I
that.
expose my kids to salsa,
Okay.
bossa nova.
Your kids is
you know,
definitely
all
going to
kinds
be
of music.
unique.
Classical.
Very-
Well, I know one of them
eclectic.
will, because I have a son who is very into classical music. The other one is a little young. He's not there yet, and he
Wait a
may
minute.
not
I could
take
see
to it.
one of your sons, maybe even both. going to a
Classical music.
classical
gosh.
music,
School of the
and then go
arts.
right straight to the
Juilliard.
club afterwards,
Juilliard.
and go straight to the club. They gonna change
be
their
like,
clothes.
don't tell my
and-
mother.
Yeah, and they gonna change their clothes and go off in the club.
Well, that's okay. That's okay.
Because their mother did the same.
Play
Their mother
your
did the
violin
same.
during the
She
afternoon.
liked the violin, but she stayed in Paradox and Hammer Jacks and all those good places at the same time.
So unfortunately, yes, she did because we were there together. We were there together. It's kind of my fault, but we gonna say that
It's
story
like
for
Dirty
another
Dancing.
day.
You remember
Right.
how
Oh, yeah.
part, and then next thing you know, nobody sits baby in the
That's so
corner.
funny.
And then
So I wouldn't say unfortunately. Let's just say along with this music comes the artists that perform these songs. Okay. So we have the baby out here acting a little crazy.
acting
right?
like the baby.
Yes.
Acting like the baby.
So everyone was up in an uproar because of a comment that he made fairly recently. So he said in one of his concerts, if you didn't show up today with HIV, AIDS, any of them deadly sexually transmitted diseases, that'll make you die in 2 to 3 weeks. Put your cell phone lighter up. Fellas, if you ain't sucking beep in the parking lot, put your cell phone
Is it
lighter
sucking
up.
D or P?
Oh, sucking D.
Okay.
Girl, are you right? I should have put a D
Yeah,
in there.
because a lot of
if you
sucking,
sucking P,
you know, you can suck
it's
a
fine.
couple things.
Yeah, you're right. You can suck a
Okay.
P. No, he
Could
was
be
saying
city.
fellas sucking D, okay? In the parking lot, put your cell phone lighter up. So this sparked this comment, or these comments are
Controversy.
super controversial, right? So this is like who the kids are listening to, though. You
That's
know what I'm
true,
saying?
though.
So that's kind of a problem, but that brings about another whole topic.
Yeah, it brings up two topics to me. Like you said, yes, this is who the kids is listening to. But the bigger issue, that sad part, the bigger issue wasn't even that. Our
Sure.
kids listen to that. The issue was that our gay community got offended.
I wouldn't necessarily say it was a huge issue, but they took offense. Right.
Yeah,
right.
I mean the bigger issue versus our kids listen to. But
Oh,
that's what
got
I'm
you.
saying.
Understood.
Nobody wasn't worried about what the kids listen to. Nobody
Right.
worried about how
That's
he
true.
degrade women on his music.
That's
Only
true.
thing they was worrying about when it felt like it offended the gay community. Now, me, even though that's not my preference, I have no issue with the, if that's what you choose to be and that's what you want to be, that's your choice, and it's no discrimination.
Right.
You love who you love,
Agreed.
But that's another point though. It's like, okay, the sensitivity that came with that, all because he'd be like, throw it up her back and put it in her neck and all types of shit and F the whore and do all this shit.
Right.
He say a lot of shit like
He does.
and us women are like, oh my God, no, he shouldn't say that about women. Why is he saying
right,
this?
right. We not saying that, right?
So as that community, look, if you comfortable with who you are, what you are, why are y'all getting so offended over what he said? Because he was saying a whole bunch of other shit. It
He
could have,
does.
AIDS and HIV just don't come from gay people.
True.
Okay. So it's like, hey, man, what if somebody out there did have it and it wasn't gay? Like, he offended, but for some reason,
They went straight.
a lot of them had made it into a gay
Issue. Yeah.
And
That's because they wanted to make it
right, it's
into a
just
gay
like,
issue.
look, long as you are respected, it's different things out here people can complain about. Some people still complain about racism. Our African Americans feel like that they still have still going through racism, and then you have women feeling like they still being degraded by men, and
Right.
and gay people think that they being segregated. So everybody have an issue, but we deal with it accordingly,
Right.
And we deal with it if it's brung to us. So to me, I don't think it should just they should make it a big issue, and it should be, oh, this was just about you.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, don't be sensitive. Be proud. If that's what you are, be proud, and don't care what nobody say. But nobody's not going to get special treatment because there's so much other things that's going on, and you cannot help. Okay, it's not going to take his. As you see, it did not take his record numbers down.
No,
okay.
it didn't.
The people that listen to him still listen to him,
And the people that listen to him probably agree with him. And it's also called something freedom of speech.
Right.
I agree.
If we don't have freedom of speech to express how we feel individually, how do you know who you are? You just become a whole bunch of sheeple just walking around thinking the same
did you
thing.
say sheeple?
Yeah.
That's a new word. I like that, kid. You said sheeple.
Everybody's walking around thinking the same
I like that
thing.
too.
I know, right?
Doing the same thing. And
What
where's
you
the
had to
individuality?
explain sheeple. What is that?
Sheeple.
What mean? It's two words put together. Like
Yeah, sheep and people.
Okay, just a herd. So that, you talking about
Wow.
the
Yeah,
herd
because
mindset?
if
I
anybody
know, right?
That's why she do my resume, y'all. Get out of here.
But if
all my
anybody
paperwork
knows
She say some
anything
shit.
about sheep travel together.
Right. So just one big pack.
Yeah, just
one big herd.
pack. Just walk. You
I'm
know,
a
you
high
heard
high.
in the mirror.
Right.
You heard in there. And
We are sheeple.
I know.
you
That's
cannot
gonna be worth
allow yourself to fall into that group. You may not agree with what he says. I mean, I don't. And I don't agree with a lot of stuff that a lot of these rappers are out here singing or other singers are out here singing about.
Absolutely.
But guess what? That's them.
Yeah.
And there's a market for everybody and for everything. So you can't try to just degrade him and say, oh, no, you can't say that. That offends me. The person on the corner standing there with no clothes on may offend you. Are you going to go get him some clothes?
Yeah, right,
Are you going
right.
to say, hey, police, can you come get him? Well, the police probably will come get
Dave
him.
Chappelle. I'm sorry to cut you off. Dave Chappelle had did a stand-up comedy saying that.
Oh, I love that.
He was saying
I
how
love him
they
too.
get
He's so
so
funny.
offensive. He like talk about, you could talk about white people.
Yeah.
You talk about everything. As soon as you talk about gay people, they calling the office. It's like, wait a minute. Look.
Well,
Like if you want to be treated equally,
Right.
then
You have to take the shit just
Take
like
the shit like everybody else did.
equally.
that's true. That's true. However, I will say that the reason why they feel like they can rise up like that is because the advocates for their rights are more pronounced and more out there, and they rise up harder. Now that's why they feel like they can be rah-rah, because they have people who are
there
like,
supporting them.
let's
They
all
have the
be
money.
rah-rah, right?
have
that's why
money.
Trump promoters
Absolutely.
felt like it. So get over that shit. You see how that end?
Right? It's not to say that what they say is right or
Nobody
wrong,
agreeing
Right.
with it.
but this is them. Let that person express themselves.
True that.
It's a
And
lot
move
of
on.
stuff out here that's
Yeah.
said all the time about women that offend me. But guess what?
Exactly.
I don't have to listen to
I'm
your
telling
music.
you, they talk
Right.
more
Right.
bad about women in rap songs than they ever would mention people being gay. Because some of them undercover in
You
the
don't
fucking
know.
way.
You
Excuse my
right.
language.
Yeah, you don't even know.
So they talk more about women, degrading women than they do
Absolutely.
any other thing.
Yeah, the
Like
B
that
word
hoe, hit
has.
that hoe, put it in her neck, choke her.
Yeah,
True that.
I'm gonna hit
Hit her
her
friend.
and then go hit her friend or
Choke
something
her
like
with your
that.
knee,
Oh
wrap
my
around her neck,
gosh.
all types
Yeah.
of shit.
So it's
And
like,
then don't give her money, like bitch. What?
yeah, but you'll rock that music, but as soon as they say something about someone being gay, it's like, oh, you can't say that. That's offensive.
That's unfair. That's unfair
That's
to
unfair.
everybody.
But I also think that we as a people need thicker skin. If we can
agree.
allow
I agree.
what someone says on a song define us,
Exactly.
then who
Look,
are you? Do you know who
Let me
you
tell you
are?
something.
That's true. That is so
when
true.
Oosha Walla Walla came out, Oosha Walla Walla, y'all remember that?
Bang bang. Walla
So
Walla.
when
Is
I
that
was
it?
younger, yeah,
Okay.
I was popping. Look, you couldn't tell me I ain't gonna get. I had Megan knees before Megan came out.
Okay, all right.
Oosha Walla Walla came, Oosha Walla Walla, and that's all I heard though was Oosha Walla Walla, Oosha baby. But when I heard the lyrics, I was like, what the fuck
I know.
was I dancing to? But the point is, I was like,
that
fuck it,
beat.
I was just dancing.
Right.
That's not me. You know what I'm saying? So
Right,
why that
exactly.
didn't define me.
Yeah.
I was just dancing.
Right.
So I was, in tune to the lyrics and
To
the
the
beat.
beat. Right.
So I didn't care. Well, not the lyrics, the chorus.
Yeah, but the
and
beat.
and to the beat. But so like he said, I didn't choose to like that define who the heck I was.
Yeah.
I don't let nothing choose.
It's a
who the
weak-minded
heck I am.
person that allows themselves to be swayed or changed by the lyrics of a song unless they're really strong. But I do have to say this. I was riding to work this morning and the percolator came on. And I really,
You made the percolator sound so sophisticated.
I love the percolator.
Came on.
because I really listened to it and I was like, this really sounds like a goddamn coffee pot going on. And this is what we were dancing
But I
to.
love the percolator though.
Yeah, and
you
I'm
can't
like,
tell me nothing about the percolator. Here, the percolator is
I'm
everything.
dancing to people making coffee in the morning. I said, oh, wow, that worked for me.
And only move your legs though.
Yeah, only my-
That's how you have to move to get it in on the percolator.
Yeah.
Oh,
So you
wow.
was called driving? Was you swerving?
no,
Because your legs going.
no,
in and
somebody
out?
had almost just tried to run me off the road. So
Oh,
I know
Lord.
so
about
I was
that.
just like,
Yeah,
wow,
Lord.
the percolator. Wow.
Wow.
But
you
that's
guys
just to bring it down to a lighter note.
And-
But
Absolutely.
our songs
That's
back in the
about
day
that
had
all
more
day.
meanings. I want to know who did this.
But the percolator, that's all that means.
Percolator.
You just
Maxwell
percolate.
It was
House, do I
just
want some
percol-
coffee
right.
now?
That was
just
this
percolating.
ground music to me.
Yeah, and then the music had more meaning, and it didn't say as much. You could take a coffee
Brown.
pot brewing and
And
you're
make it
on
a
the floor
song.
dancing.
And make it a
Yes.
song.
Sitting outside of the dope tree.
That's
Four
so
back
funny.
niggas in the backseat.
Yeah, you know, it was
It
just
told a story.
yeah,
Oh
and
my
that's
gosh.
I like my
Is that
music.
what it said? That was
No, that's Judy Brown. Judy Brown. The percolator did not say that. Now, if I translate that,
I was like,
I
you
can
had
translate an alien.
So it's so funny. So you know how we always find awesome products and stuff like to share amongst each other. We always call each other with something that we found. So today, what do we have, cousin? Well, actually, we have a couple things we wanna talk about, but
Today, this is Honey, guys. Honey. And I'm going to let y'all know as Honey got older. This is a quick story. Yesterday, I was out getting me some brunch, and this lady beside me had on some glasses that was familiar with me because it was the dollar store reading glasses. And I was like, oh my God, I love your glasses. And she like, yeah, I got it from the dollar store. I'm like, I know, like they are my reading glasses. And I was so excited to know somebody else have to wear reading glasses that they get from the dollar store. But then when she told me the age difference, I was like, shit.
Okay, but we gonna talk about.
But anywho,
we actually gonna talk
I'm
about.
saying
that
that
in a
because
minute.
I can't read the little words on here, but I'm gonna tell you as much as I know about this, so I had to say that. So sometimes we think expensive stuff is the best stuff. Expensive stuff is a name. A lot of stuff that we pay for.
True that. That's so
is
true.
The name. And I have sensitive skin. I will break out. I had facials. I tried different facial creams and cleansers, and I still end up breaking out. But for some reason, I say, all right, let me try this. It's called coconut and sea salt facial scrub that I got from Marshall. And guys,
Marshalls.
Marshalls.
Wow.
I'm actually going to look it up on Amazon because we know Amazon mostly have everything.
Everything. Yeah.
Because the thing about Marshalls and stuff like that, you could go back and you won't see it again, never in life. So
That's true. I thought about that.
It's $4.99.
Okay, good price point.
My sister used her eyes to tell me that it's castor oil in here and it's water, coconut extract, and I would say sea salt because it says sea salt and I can feel it on my skin, but I don't break out. It feels so good. It's,
So is it a scrub?
oh my God, it's
a
like,
scrub.
smell it.
So let me.
It smells really good, but like they said,
Touch it a little bit on
my
your
gosh,
hand
let me
so
see.
you can feel the sea salt on it.
she'll never find it again. Poor
So
thing.
Nikki make products so
Wow.
she would know what stuff feel like. So that's on my face and it feels
Oh
so
my
good.
goodness,
And I
this
use it
feels
every
so
day
good.
and I do not break out.
This feels so
So
good.
again, guys, it's called coconut and sea salt facial scrub.
But who's it by? Who makes it? That's
See,
the most
I'm gonna
important
pass
thing.
it to someone with glasses because I don't have my reading glasses.
Yeah, with glasses. You had to put that. It's by a company
It smells
called
really good. It's not greasy.
Body Prescriptions.
Okay.
Coconut and sea salt.
Look it up
facial
on
scrub.
Amazon, y'all. It might be gone. Because different Marshalls have different things. But
They do.
I'm telling you, sometimes when we buy stuff that's name brand, it have extra stuff in it too that will break us out. And you be so mad that you bought this expensive stuff
Paid all that money.
and your face still broke out and you have to find somebody to give it to because you don't want to waste your money. This right here, you will not waste it.
It's only $4.99. How can
Exactly.
Yeah.
And for someone
And it's huge. How big is that? How big is that container?
very big.
13.53 ounces.
And it only goes
that-
on your face, so it
Yeah,
will last
it'll
for a
last a
long
while.
time. But I am gonna look it up.
But does a little go a long way?
Yes.
Okay.
You
All right.
know,
So
a
this
little
can
go
last
along
you
way.
over a month.
So is that an everyday? Do you use that
I
every
use
day?
it every day because I love makeup, and even when I don't wear makeup, so I had it for like 2 weeks now.
Oh wow, it's
Okay,
not a
that's
lot
good.
gone.
Y'all
At all.
can't see, but I'm just saying that it's not a lot gone. You need
And-
P sizes in your T zones. So, and you just rub them in your T zones, and I love it.
Oh, and it should be anybody who has skin issues with the change of seasons. You know, you get that dry, flaky skin when seasons change and
Definitely.
everything. That definitely would help out. Moisturizing plus exfoliating.
And I wear makeup, and I wear
lot of
makeup.
makeup.
A
What?
lot.
You know what?
But she doesn't need it, but she loves it.
Yeah, I love it. It's a form of artistry. I love
It is
creating art
A
when I wear my
On your
makeup.
face.
It's natural. It's
But
very natural.
because I wear it and then go to the gym or just every day. Your pores have a lot to do too when it's clear when you put your makeup on. So it make your makeup look so much
Yeah.
better when your pores is clear. But it would cleanse your face good
Okay.
if you want to ever try it.
All right. Well, this has been awesome, ladies. But before we go, to carry us through the week, let's give some words of encouragement to carry the folks throughout the week. What you got, Key?
So this is something that encouraged so many men throughout the years. But I'm making this for women.
Okay.
The weekend was made for Michelob, but now it's made for wine.
I like that. Okay. So what you?
Well, I'm gonna follow up with that because on top of that, you have to unwind, enjoy some wine.
Okay. All right. And when a woman laughs during an argument, please know that the psycho part of her brain has been activated. So abort your mission. These
Abort.
are all for you fellas. All right, y'all. Until next time, this has been Bellas
Until
and
next
Beverages.
time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bellas and Beverages, and we out.